Good morning all. First of all, let us give thanks to God because His grace until now. The Honorable Mrs. Nadia Fadilah M.Pd as Head of Business Education Study Program, the Honorable Dr. Andus Nurdin Hidayat M.Si as First Supervisor, the Honorable Mrs. Anissa Lutfia S.Pd M.Pd as Second Supervisor, and the Honorable all of the examiners and staff present today. Before I present the result of my thesis today, let me introduce myself. My name is Melianti Saruksuk from Business Education Study Program, Class A 2018. On this occasion, allow me to present the result of my thesis with the title, The Effect of Authentic Leadership and Affective Well-Being on Affective Commitment of Employee at PT Daya Cerdas Bangsa. I will discuss Chapter 1 about the background, Chapter 2 about the theoretical studies, Chapter 3 about research methodology, Chapter 4 about result and discussion, and Chapter 5 about conclusion. I will discuss from Chapter 1 about the background. Currently, companies are faced with increasingly fierce business competition. So the companies is required to be able to compete with other companies. Reporting from Katadata state that business competition increased from 2018 until 2021. One of the business sector experiencing in a high business competition index is education and information and communication services at 4.99 and 4.87. This can also be seen from the many edutech startup companies that have Americans. Education technology, or abbreviated EdTech or edutech, is a guide between education and technology. Based on research result, the number of edutech startups in 2021 will reach 210. Then it will increase again in 2022 to around 342 edutech startups. With the tight business competition in the field of edutech, companies need to utilize human resource management for the company success. However, the problem that occurs is that many employees resign from the company. There are many factors, including the COVID-19 pandemic, so that employee stress level increase. In addition, it is caused by the change of generation and the bubble price. Reporting from CNN Indonesia, startup companies will experience difficulties due to employee turnover caused by a low commitment. In fact, one of the edutech, namely Genius, experienced a bubble price, so that this became a trigger for the low employee commitment. Reporting from detik.com, the cause of employees staying long in the company is the development of human resource, or called people development. In addition, it was reported from Michael Page that employees do not last lasting because 45% want to change career, 52% develop career, and 36% are dissatisfied with salary, and 22% are not happy with the company strategy, and 15% do not match to the company culture. Reporting from CNN Indonesia, startup companies will experience difficulty due to employees turnover by low commitment. In fact, one of the edutech, namely Genius, experienced a bubble burst, so that this became a trigger for low commitment. Reporting from detik.com, that the cause of employees stay long in the company in the development of human resource, or called people development. In addition, it was reported from Michael Page that employees do not stay long because 85% want to change career, 52% develop career, 36% are dissatisfied with the salary, and 22% are not happy with the company's strategy, and 15% do not match with the company culture. In addition, as reported by the survey, 68% of respondents state that they are willing to sacrifice salary for the greater well-being, mental health, and happiness. This is possible from the 68% respondent due to leadership in the company. To find out the company leadership style, the researchers conducted a pre-research on 33 respondents. The results show that the data from the PT Daya Cerdas Bangsa applies an authentic leadership style. Authentic leadership is a pattern of leader behavior that delivers a positive psychological capacity and a positive ethical climate to encourage a greater self-awareness. Authentic leadership also refers to an internalized moral perspective, balanced information processing, and relation transparency. Authentic leadership can encourage employees to work and contribute for the company in a positive direction. This will encourage employees to be more commitment to the company where they work. Employees will be more commitment to achieving their goal and company goal if they get a high level of authentic leadership. There are three components that make up the commitment, namely affective commitment, normative commitment, and continuous commitment. Affective commitment is considered to have the highest role because it relates to emotional identification and self-actualization. According to Allen and Meyer in Semedo et al. 2018, affective commitment is very important in a company because it can have a positive impact, such as reducing the risk of employee resignation and reducing employee absence. In addition, employee can respect the company value and comply with the norm and practice of the company policies. Employees who have an effective commitment will work seriously and display better work performance. In addition to authentic leadership style, there are other factors that influence affective commitment, namely affective well-being. Researchers see that there is a relationship between authentic leadership, affective well-being, and affective commitment. So the researchers are interested in examining the three things. Previous research conducted by Semedo et al. 2018 show that authentic leadership and affective well-being are related to the affective commitment of employees in Cape Verdean group in Africa. Based on the problem that have been described and previous research is still being carried out in Cape Verde, Africa, researchers are interested to research the influence of authentic leadership and affective well-being on affective commitment of employees at PT Daya Cerdas Bangsa. About theoretical studies, affective commitment is one of the component, basic or core element of organizational component, which is characterized by emotional attachment, identification, and involvement of employee with the company. Authentic leadership is a leader who knows who they are and what they are, believe, is transparent, have moral character, integrity, and consistency between the principle, words, and action of a leader that describe a leader relationship with others in the workplace that influence the form of a leadership. And affective well-being is a change between an employee mood and emotion that occur due to the many positive effects compared to the negative effect felt by employee, and is characterized by feeling of happiness, joy, anger, worry, and others. About research methodology. The research method used a quantitative approach. Questionnaires were distributed via Google Form to all employees at PT Daya Cerdas Bangsa. The sampling technique used was purposive sampling and data analysis technique using SPSS and AMOS. Chapter 4 about results and discussion. About the result and discussion. Decide on the result of the study, which was processed using SPSS and AMOS, obtained as many as 200 respondents who fit the criteria. In addition, all the indicators of affective commitment, authentic leadership, and affective well-being are declared valid and reliable so that they can enter the testing phase with AMOS. Then after the testing with AMOS, then obtain first, authentic leadership and affective well-being have the value or CR of 5.313 more than 1.96 or the table, and p-value of 0.00 less than 0.05. This means that authentic leadership has a positive and significant influence of affective well-being. So, hypothesis 1 is accepted. Second, authentic leadership and affective commitment have a value or CR of 5.250 more than 1.966 archetypal, and p-value of 0.00 less than 0.05. This means that authentic leadership has a positive and significant influence on affective commitment. Then, hypothesis 2 is accepted. Third, affective well-being and affective commitment have T-value or CR 5.761 more than 5.96 or T-table, and p-value of 0.00 less than 0.05. This means that affective well-being has a positive and significant influence on affective commitment. Then hypothesis 3 is accepted. And fourth and the last, between authentic leadership and affective commitment have T-value CR of 5.250 more than 5.96 or the table, and p-value 0.00 less than 0.05. This means that authentic leadership has a positive and significant influence on affective commitment. Besides that, the direct effect between authentic leadership and affective commitment is 0.438, and indirect effect is 0.219. About conclusion. There are 4 conclusions about my thesis. First, authentic leadership has a positive and significant effect on the affective well-being of employee of PT Daya Cerdas Bangsa. Second, authentic leadership has a positive and significant effect on affective commitment to PT Daya Cerdas Bangsa employees. Third, Affective well-being has a positive and significant effect on authentic commitment to employee of PT Daya Cerdas Bangsa. And fourth, and the last, affective well-being mediate the relationship between authentic leadership and affective commitment to employee of PT Daya Cerdas Bangsa. Thus, a brief presentation of my thesis entitled The Effect of Authentic Leadership and Affective Well-being on Affective Commitment of Employee at PT Daya Cerdas Bangsa. I apologize if there are mistakes. Thank you for your attention and good morning.